In this video, we'll test the various aspects of the Redmi K20 and the Poco F1 to see which is faster and in what aspect. The first is in terms of app opening speed and the ability to keep apps in memory. As usual, we start the speed test with both the phones in airplane mode connected to the same Wi-Fi network with no apps running in the background. The Redmi K20 is powered by an 8nm octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 730 chipset, while you get a 10nm Snapdragon 845 octa-core chipset on the Poco F1. We have the 8GB variant of the Poco F1 and the 6GB variant of the Redmi K20. The Poco F1 is available with 6 or 8GB of RAM, while the K20 comes with just 6GB of RAM. The first lap of the speed test will test the ability of the CPU, while the second lap will test the RAM management and the RAM. The Redmi K20 finishes lap 1 with a time of 1 minute and 4 seconds, while the Poco F1 did it in 1 minute and 8 seconds. In lap 2, we launch apps in reverse order to adjust the ability to redraw apps from memory and RAM management. The Redmi K20 is just about to redraw the games from memory by the time the Poco F1 starts lap 2. The rankings do not change in lap 2 either, but the lower amount of RAM meant that the Redmi K20 had to launch the last few apps from scratch and thus slowing it down a bit towards the end. The Redmi K20 completed a speed test with a total time of 1 minute and 26 seconds, while the Poco F1 did it in 1 minute and 30 seconds. The app launch test shows that the Redmi K20 with the Snapdragon 730 chipset is really powerful and can give the last generation flagship 845 chipset a run for its money. Please note that there is a margin for human error in these tests. Next, we test out the CPU on both these devices to see if any of them throttle, and if so, by how much. I've shown a test up to 1 minute on the video, but you need to run the test for 5 minutes to get a successful reading. Here's how both the devices went at the end of 5 minutes. During the 5 minutes, the Redmi K20 throttled to 91% of its max performance, while the Poco F1 throttled to 76% of its max performance. The tests were performed in a room with 23 degrees Celsius ambient temperature, and the K20 also had better peak performance. Next, we tested out the read and write speed of the devices. The Redmi K20 yielded a read speed of 504, while the write speed was 207. The Poco F1 managed a read speed of 656 and write speed of 236, both of which are higher than the Redmi K20. Lastly, we conducted a test over Wi-Fi to see the network speeds that test out the modems on both the devices. The Redmi K20 scored 300 Mbps on download and 342 Mbps on upload, while the Poco F1 did 415 Mbps on download and 647 Mbps on upload over our gigabit network. That's it for this video guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please do hit the subscribe button. See you again in the next one.